Well, good morning, good morning, good morning. I am out for a very quick Saturday coffee run. On the back of the bike I have Mrs. Weston Super Motovlogs. It's her third trip out on a motorbike in 3 weeks, and before that it was 24 years. And it's really nice to be able to go out, the two of us on the bike, and enjoy places, enjoy little trips to the coffee shops and have some time together. Because much as, you know, most motorcyclists enjoy going out on their own, there isn't anything better, I don't think, than sharing that experience with somebody else. So this is why we're out. It's still a bit chilly. It is just the middle of February. But we've got our hoodies on under or over our jackets. And we are out and about. The weather is supposed to be coming in pretty bad from 2 o'clock this afternoon. So I don't intend being out too long. As much as I consider myself a hardened all-weather biker, you all know that's not the truth. So, what's going on then? Well, I've got the two bikes. Mrs. Weston Super Motovlogs, being as awesome as she is, has decided that, you know, it may be a case that keeping the two bikes isn't going to be too much of a problem. As long as I can fit them in the garage, well, that's going to happen. And it's going to happen easily. So that's all good. I have to say, I do feel very blessed that I have the opportunity to own two different bikes, two different styles of bikes, which is great. Not many people have that chance, and I do feel very lucky. You know, even though the combined value of both bikes is probably less than a 4-year-old MT-09, but you know, it's still pretty awesome to own these two bikes and have the opportunity to either go out for a cruise, 2 up like this today, or go out and have a bit of a thrash on the VTR. So it's all good. Of course, one benefit of being old is that my insurance is quite low. I'm insured both bikes with Bike Shore, and actually both bikes are less than £200 fully comprehensive for the year, which makes a massive difference. You know, if I was looking £300 each bike, then this may not happen, because that's silly money. You should never have to spend sort of £600 a year on insurance at my age, so I'm quite happy to stick with Bike Shore, and their customer services has been excellent, so a little shout out for them. So I'm a little bit concerned because those clouds do look a little bit dodgy up front, but we'll risk it for a biscuit. One thing I am a little bit uncertain of with this bike, and it's just about getting used to it, is filtering. Because I think cruisers like this, and I know this is a small cruiser, but cruisers like this aren't particularly fast manoeuvrable or easily manoeuvrable in the event of a car pulling out or something like that, and you have to change direction quickly. So I'm quite happy to wait on this bike in the lights, because at the end of the day you don't have the same mindset on something like this about having to get somewhere quickly. You just want to get somewhere. So that's why I think I'm quite happy to sit in traffic for a little bit. Obviously on the motorway where you got more space between cars, you probably wouldn't want to, but certainly when it's like traffic lights like we've just been through, I'm quite happy to just sit there. So I've done a bit of light cleaning on the bike. I pulled the exhausts off yesterday and started cleaning up the engine side covers, which are alloy, but they're polishing up absolutely lovely, like mirrors already. Now I have come out completely unprepared for this, but that's not my fault. What it is, I've got a gentleman who has sent me some pictures of the bikes he's had and has got, but there's 5 of them. So rather than me try and remember anything or everything, I'm going to go into the subs rights, and then I'll probably dub it over when I am able to record it, so I get the facts right, because these are gorgeous, gorgeous bikes, and I don't want to get it wrong, so there's too many of them for me to remember. So enjoy the subs ride section, and here we go. So this video's subscriber is Jim. Now Jim's had a quite incredible
biking history actually. Since passing his test in 1962, his first bike was a Norton ES2, a 500cc lumper. He moved from that onto in 1964 a Norton 650 SS, which he bought brand new. Now sadly he didn't keep this bike for whatever reason, but he did spend an awful lot of money upgrading it before he sold it on. He then moved to a Velocette Thruxton, which is I think probably quite a pretty rare bike now. I bet he wished he'd held on to some of these. And then a Kawasaki Z1100 ST. This photo he's taken was when he lived over in the Netherlands. He currently rides a VFR 800X cross runner, and I was lucky enough to meet Jim at the Saddlebag 73 social ride across Dartmoor. Sadly, in one of these pictures you can just see me on the side looking extremely overweight, but I'm just going to put that down to my leathers being loose and whatever. But yeah, thanks for sending the photos in, Jim. Really appreciate that. You stay safe, and we'll catch you soon.
Do you know what? I woke up this morning and I thought, oh, I wonder if I'll talk about this or talk about that, and I had all these great ideas, and you just get on the bike and forget them all, which happens. So, and what I will say is thank you very much to everyone for the really kind support and, you know, appreciation of the new bike. Harley Davidson's kind of split opinions. People hate cruisers. A lot of people hate Harley Davidson because of what they historically have stood for. I have no intention of trying to be one of the 1%ers. You know, to me it's a bike, it's an opportunity to explore, and I love it. However, there is this thing about it's pretty cool to own a Harley Davidson, in the same way as it was pretty cool to own a Ducati. You know, now I've done that, I've ticked both off my to-do list now, and no doubt I will own a Ducati again in the future. And you know, after riding this, I quite fancy keeping a cruiser in my life in the future, whether that be a Harley or not, but I suspect it probably will be, because I just like the rugged build quality, the no nonsense, you know, idea of engines, with the way it's old technology but it just works. You don't need to change something that works already. So that led me on to then thinking about my bucket list and what I want to do. Well, one of the big things I want to do, and I suspect there's a few people out there watching my videos that have already done this, one of my bucket lists, and now that Mrs. Weston Motovlogs has got back into being on the bike, she's up for it as well, is Route 66 on the back of a bike, or on a bike. You know, and I know there's a lot of companies out there that rent them out, hire them, so it's like a fly drive in all aspects really. It's just that instead of driving, you're riding. But yeah, that's one of my bucket list things. I would absolutely love to do that. What's good is watching the videos now is it's not a case of it being quite so dilapidated, decrepit and ignored now. They're starting to bring it back. They're starting to bring it back as a tourist attraction, which is what it is. And that's one thing that I would love to do before I am too old and feeble. Maybe in a few years' time. Maybe a retirement thing. After I retire, I'll do that, or we'll do that, and that'd be pretty cool. Right, well, I'm going to call it there. I think that's probably about 10 minutes. Chop a few bits out of dead airspace. We'll be at the coffee shop in about 5 minutes' time, and we'll see how we go. Maybe I'll record something on the way back, tell you how good the latte was. Sorry, not a latte. I'm a Harley Davidson rider now. It'll be a beer. So stay safe, have fun, and we'll catch you on the flip side.